a man is in great grief because his wife has passed. And he is a very poor man. And he goes and he asks the priest for help. And the priest says, "Get out of here, beggar!" And he goes and he asks neighbors for help and everyone in the village for help. And then he gets pretty much the same response. "You're not welcome here. You don't have any money." So he goes out to the field with a pickaxe because it's very cold, and he starts to dig. And what does he find? Exactly. A whole pot full of ducats. Or ducats, or however you want to pronounce it. So ducat, I'm going to stick with ducat.
It is ducat.
Alright, so he finds a pot full of ducats, and he gets very excited. He gets down and he says, "Oh, thank you." And he's just so excited. And he goes back and he, with the pot full of ducats, and he puts it back in his house, and he grabs a handful, and he goes to the priest. And the priest, of course, is a completely different tone, because this isn't a beggar, this is a rich man now. And the whole village, of course, is very excited because they, of course, can take part in the riches that the man has found and putting together a giant celebration for his wife. So it's really a celebration of life, more than just a funeral. And at that celebration, the man is very, very generous, and he brings out a giant feast for all of the villagers. And after the celebration, after everyone's kind of gone, the priest kind of hangs back and says, "Oh, confess your sins to me. I know that you've gotten this through wicked ways. Because just take that burden off your soul and tell me how you came by this great fortune." And of course he says, "Well, no, you know what, just between you and me, I found this bucket, this pot of ducats when I was trying to bury my wife earlier." And the priest says, "Oh, what good fortune. Good for you." Later that night, the priest and his wife start to thinking, as people who like money do. And the priest said, if there was only a way to trick this man out of his money, there's only a way to get that bucket of ducats. This man isn't that smart. I'm sure we could somehow get his money. And he thinks, what do we have? And the wife says, we have a goat. So the goat, of course, gets slaughtered. And the wife fashions the goat's skin and sews the skin onto the priest. So the priest can go as the devil to the house of the man with the pot full of ducats. And of course, he goes and he knocks on the door and he says, I am the devil! I am the devil, come to tell you, you have been too greedy. You've been far, far too greedy with your pot of ducats. You were only supposed to spend it for the funeral, and here you are spending it in all these horrible ways. Throw out the pot of ducats and save your soul, or I, the devil, shall have it. Of course, the man is terrified, because there's a giant goat talking outside of his house, so he throws the bucket of ducats out, and the priest gallops as a goat back to his home, and is so very excited. And he tells his wife, says, oh, look, I've got this. It worked. It's fantastic. It finally worked, and we're rich. And the wife takes some scissors and goes to cut the thread that she had sewed the goat's skin onto him by, and in cutting the thread, she cuts skin. And she tries again, cuts skin again. And every time she tries to take the goat skin off, it won't come off. The goat and the priest had melded together, and they were one. And even returning the pot of ducats could not save the priest. And the priest was forced to walk the earth as a devil goat man, because